What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a weekly reset preview for the 30th of April. And with this reset, we're going into week 4 of the Into the Light update. So firstly today, we do get the final couple of weapons from the Brave Arsenal. On top of that though, we'll also see the launch of the Pantheon Raid Challenge. So there'll be some additional raid challenges there as well as rewards. And then we get another Archie quest. That one should take place in a different location. But otherwise, we'll round up the rest of the reset stuff for the week. All of the featured content, the weekly Nightfall, raids, key rewards and unlocks, as well as the final Iron Banner for the season. So we've got all of that and a couple of Bungie updates today as well. As always guys, I hope you find the video useful, and if you do, a rating below really helps us out on the channel. But without further delay, let's get into it. And firstly, we are going to see the final couple of Brave weapons introduced into the pool, and we'll see the return of Blast Furnace, as well as Luna's Howl, and as always, we'll get the quests for those at our site in the Hall of Champions initially, and after running those, we'll introduce them into the pool so we can farm away with attunement and things like that. So let us know which weapons you're most excited for this week. And otherwise, much like last week, we'll get the rollout of an additional Where is Archie quest. I believe this one is going to take place in the Cosmodrome. Otherwise though, it'll simply be a case of finding the mechanical dog once the reset rolls around. So another one to look out for this week, and that quest will reward 10 trophies of bravery. So probably something worth running when you get a moment. And otherwise, for raids, this week we're going to see the introduction of Pantheon, Bungie's raid gauntlet challenge that they spoke about a few weeks ago. So Bungie have said it will increase in scale and difficulty each week, starting with 4 bosses in the first one and growing up to 8 in a row on May 21st. And each time a new boss is added, the active modifiers will rotate and the power cap will change, starting with players at 5 power below all the way up to contest mode equivalent of 20 power below. But Bungie say as difficulty goes up, so will the pool of rewards, and we can get adept raid weapons, deep sight versions of them, and even exotic weapons. And to kick that off, Shaxx will have the quest that we'll need to start the journey. So it'll be an interesting one this week. I believe the challenge is Extinction Averted, where we need to defeat Golgoroth, Caretaker, Macrocosm, and Atrax 1. And one of the rewards for that will be the Atrax Dethroned emblem. So another component that a bunch of players are excited to jump in and check out this week, and let us know in the comment section if you'll be diving into Pantheon as well. Otherwise though, across playlists, we do get bonus Gambit ranks all week long, so that might be useful. Otherwise, inside of the seasonal content, of course, all of the core activities and things will refresh, and we can still work on completing any of that stuff up until the final shape. For the Nightfall though, this week we'll see the Corrupted Strike, with the featured weapon being the Wildstyle Grenade Launcher, and of course we can get the Adept variant of that in Grandmasters, so let us know if it's one you'll dive into. Otherwise, in the Crucible, we are going to see the return of Iron Banner for the final time in the season. And as Bungie said a couple of weeks ago, they have increased the drops of Tusk of the Boar, as well as the Multimax CCX, so if you're working on trying to pick up any of the newer or returning Iron Banner weapons, then we do have better chances this week. Otherwise though, inside of PvP, Clash and Showdown will also be featured, so let us know if you'll be diving into that. Then for the featured raid and dungeon activities this week, firstly, we'll get the Garden of Salvation, so all of the rewards there will be completely farmable. But on top of that, Spyro the Watcher will be featured as well, and there we can farm the Hierarchy of Needs exotic bow. So a couple of good ones this week, and let us know if you'll be jumping in. And then with Whisper being a recent addition, that one will still be available this week if you're working on unlocks or anything like that. But on top of that, inside of the Legends tab, we'll also get Presage featured, where we can pick up Dead Man's Tale, as well as weapons from Season of the Haunted. And then if it's Dares of Eternity that you're jumping into, we'll see additional drops of the Scatterhorn armor set and Wild Hunt armor, as well as some weapons from Season of the Hunt, Worthy, and some Forsaken World drops as additional drops. But finally, for the featured Lost Sectors this week, for April 30th, it'll start out with the Fellion's Rest in Dreaming City dropping exotic legs, plus there are additional legendary drops of the Heliocentric, Hand in Hand, Battlescar, and Last Foray. Then on May 1st, we'll see Bay of Drowned Wishes dropping exotic arms, and that will also drop the Geodetic, Harsh Language, Coronac 22, and Combined Action. Then it'll move over to Chamber of Starlight on May 2nd, dropping exotic chest pieces. That will drop Nox Perennial, Sununa S16, Marcillian Sea, and the Old Sterling, before moving over to Perdition on May 3rd, dropping exotic helmets, with additional drops of PSI Hematic, Nazradin, Irakanji, and Glissando 47. From there, the legendary pool simply repeats, but for May 4th, we get Bunker E15 dropping exotic legs. May 5th will be Concealed Void dropping exotic gauntlets, and finally, Thrillerdrome on Neomuna for May 6th, which will be dropping exotic chest pieces. But that does it for the Lost Sector rotation this week, and the final mention is for the Ascendant Challenge, and this week it'll be the Forfeit Shrine found via the Garden of Isilla. So not too bad to get to, but if you want to complete that one, I'll run some gameplay of the location at the end of the video. Otherwise, for today guys, that's what we have to round up in the weekly reset. So, as always, I hope this one has been useful. If it has, a rating below very much helps us out on the channel. Also be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you posted with more Destiny content. And if that video has been useful, a like rating down below really helps us out as well. Otherwise though, I appreciate you tuning in as always, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.
Down.